Hello and welcome, fellow football managers. And today I'll be focusing or diving straight into a philosophy I term the roaming or the floating or the aggressive fullback role. And this style of play will be more original than my other content because it's actually me trying to build up a tactical setup in my imagination, writing it down and then try to implement it on the ball manager and see how it goes from there. And like we all know in today's modern day football, your philosophy actually reigns supreme that actually or might give you more time on the job than actually winning something. So what's this tactical style of play? This is a tactical style of play that focuses more on your inverted wingers. It's a system that thrives on chaos, and one of the first things you have to understand is a possession playing football because if we need our fullbacks going out of position, attacking in midfield and penalty boxes. We need to be able to hold the ball most of the time for it to be actually be a successful tactical setup. And this is a style of play that focuses on fluid rotation, sharp and dominant displays, and we believe in holding the ball because he who has the ball scores the goals. And we believe in tight marking. Our wingers actually dummies or decoys because they are there to stretch the pitch and isolate the opposition fullbacks or centre backs depending on the style of play of the opposition. Either they go with a back three or a back four. And we believe in control and not counters because we always this is tactical setup that focuses more of attacking numbers than just quick attacks. So that's for this, and for me to explain further, I would like to show you how this formation works. And you have to understand, we'll make use of a 4-3-3 style of play or formation. And doing in this shape, we'll be having two ball playing defenders, two inverted wingers, wing backs, one half back, one deep line playmaker and advanced playmaker in midfield, and two wingers and one advanced forward. And for your goalkeeper will be a sweeper keeper on attack. So doing attacking phase or doing build up phases, you end up seeing a shape like this. End up seeing the team shape like this. I think here, like this. We end up seeing them shape like this. That is 3-4-3 formation or 3-4-2-1 formation, depending because at times your advanced forward will fall back to this area or decide to stay up on his own. Let's just say he's a man on his own. Okay. So for your halfback will fall back to this central position, creating something like this, and your center backs will push wide, looking like a wide center back, but they're not actually wide center backs because the difference between them and wide center backs is that they don't push or overlap in this area. They just tend to focus more on the central areas, and they don't help out in attack. They are just there to protect the goalkeeper and the team. So you end up seeing them staying far and wide, thereby creating a situation whereby your halfback tends to turn to a center back in a central position. So you end up seeing something like this, doing build-up phases. And doing build-up phases, your goalkeeper is more involved due to his role as a sweeper keeper on attack duty. And doing attacking phases, you end up seeing something like this. You have two center backs with your halfback pushing high and wide, and your high and wide with your wingers pushing somewhere here, but they tend to be more wide. Your fullbacks going somewhere here, and your advanced playmaker trying to create something like a second striker. Let's push it down here. Doing attacking phases, you get something like this. You have something like this. Doing attacking phases. So you end up seeing your two center backs here, your halfback helping out in attacking phases and then falling back when the team has lost the ball, or when the ball has been brought back to the defensive line to create back his three at the back. But in attacking phases, he pushes up higher. That's for your halfback. Then your fullbacks occupies this space, ready to run and attack the half spaces and penalty box due to the aggressive nature of their player roles. So you have something like 2-1-3-4 style of formation. Okay, that's for that. So let's revert back to. Okay, so now for our mentality, to go for that, for our mentality, we decided to go for the attacking mentality. And now the reason we went for the attacking mentality is we wanted a team that is more aggressive in the attacking phase and with our passing. It doesn't matter what team we're using or what team we're playing against. We just wanted something more aggressive. So, which is my style of play. And for in possession, we went for the fairly narrow width in terms of width because we need the players to be close to each other. And by being close to each other, the length that the ball has to travel isn't that much, thereby reducing the extent whereby the team loses the ball. And even if we lose the ball, the distance between the two between our players aren't that wide, so they can end up pressing and creating that central overload, thereby attacking the opposition in with much number and sheer numbers. In approach play, we decided not to go for the pass into space, but the team will still end up having that true pass moment and will still end up making those true passes. But by making those true passes, they only do it when it is right and at the right time and at the right moment or place. With play out of defense, play out of defense, we decided to go for play out of defense, focus play through the middle, passing directness, we went for shorter passing, and because we're a position playing team, tempo slightly higher because we needed that aggression in our passing. Final third, we decided to go for low crosses, walk into box as well, selected, and be more expressive. Be more expressive, we need our attackers, especially the wingers, because even if they act as dummies in order to isolate the opposition wingers and center backs, we wanted them to also be more aggressive or decide for themselves when to dribble and attack or when to cut in or when to run at the byline. Basically, telling them to be a man of their own. In transition, decided to go for the counter press because, come on, when it comes to positional football, you want to win the ball as quickly as possible when after you have lost it, either within the 10-second rules or 5-second rules or whatever rule you have set. When possession has been won, we decided to has been won the old shape. We don't counter because we want to attack in sheer numbers and not just with your normal with maybe 2 or 3 players. And also we decided to go to distribute to center backs and take short kicks. Out of possession, we decided to go for much higher defensive line and high press. Like I said initially, it doesn't matter who we are playing against or what team we are playing against or using. We always focus. The philosophy centers on us centers on us being more aggressive on the ball, because by being aggressive on the ball, we are giving our fullbacks that initiative to push higher and forward. Okay, for trigger press, we decided to go for much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more in order to reduce the space or gap between the center backs and the midfield, and trap outside in order to outnumber the opposition ending by the bylines or wing areas. Okay, so that's that. So now we'll go straight to the player roles and player instruction. For goalkeeper, we went for the goalkeeper. sweeper keeper on attack duty because we needed an extra man and we needed someone to be more aggressive with his passes and an extra man in doing build-up phases in order to beat the opposition press, especially when the opposition is a pressing side and decide to press us high and wide. So we needed a super keeper on attack duty, as well as a keeper who is not afraid to close the gap between or space between them and the center backs. So player instruction, dribble more, take more risks. For our center backs, we decided to go for ball playing defenders on defense duty. You can still work with a center back as well, but we decided to go for the BPT on defense duty. Why? Because we needed them to be more aggressive with their passing, as well as create that one pass that can cut the opposition press as well. So ball playing defender on defense duty, player instruction, just mark tighter, take more risks, hold position. For our two inverted wing backs, we decided to go for fullbacks, we decided to go for inverted wingers on attack duty. Thereby, most time we'll see them assist in defensive central positions and midfield position in this area, and as well as the half spaces, and as well as and as well as the penalty box. Thereby, that's what brings me to call them the roaming fullbacks or floating fullbacks, or can basically go with the basic inverted fullbacks. I mean wingbacks. Okay. So that's that. Player instruction: tight, map tighter, dribble more, cuts inside the ball, take more risks. These are just hardcore instructions. Get further forward, sit narrower, and roll from position. That's just it. Okay, so for your central midfield, defensive midfield, we decided to go for the halfback because we needed him to assist in the help with the build-up play and assist in the central defensive positions as well, and not just the midfield alone. So we decided to go for halfback on defense duty, player instruction, mark tighter, move less, hold position. Then for your two number 8s on the right hand side, we decided to go for the deep line playmaker on support duty, player instruction, mark tighter, and the rest are hardcore instruction. Then for your second number 8 on the left hand side, you decide to go for advanced playmaker or advance on attack duty with get further forward, roam from position, mark tighter. The rest are hardcore instructions on its own. Then for your two wingers, the reason we went for wingers is that we needed a winger or a wing people on the flanks that can actually stay wide and high, and as well as draw the opposition fullbacks or center backs, thereby creating opportunities for spaces for our fullbacks or wingbacks to attack. True. Okay. So that's why I say they are dummies, but decoys, but at the same time, you still see them cut in and attack on their own. That's the reason we decided to go for be more expressive. So I decided to go for one on support and the other on attack. So we player instruction, but I think both of them can still work on support duty. Player instruction: tackle harder, mark tighter, and the rest are hardcore, which is dribble more, get further forward, run wide with ball, cross more often, cross from by lines, get further forward, stay wider. Then for your striker, we decided to go for the advance forward on attack duty. Initially, I went for the complete forward, but in my case, it wasn't working. Then I went for the first 9, it wasn't still working. The reason I said it wasn't working was that it was not that we were not getting the possession. We were getting possession, but we were not actually scoring goals due to us not having a focal point in these penalty areas. Instead, we had, because most of the time when we attack or cross the ball or make through balls, our striker is in the midfield area assisting with possession. So there was no one here. So now we decided to go for the advance forward on attack duty in order to have someone who basically focuses and spend the rest of the match in the opposition penalty box. So that's why I went for advanced play forward on attack duty with play instruction, mark tighter. You can decide to go with tackle adder as well and move into channels. So that's just it for this. And for result aspects, I actually tested it on three different friendly games. I decided to play two top teams and one smaller team or similar team because Utrecht in Dutch league isn't actually a top side. So we played against Leipzig. The reason I went for two top teams was that I didn't want a situation whereby maybe I had a fluke win against one team and then I didn't and I didn't know how it needs to work again. So I wanted to go for two teams and see how it works, two top teams and see how it works against two top teams. So with Leipzig, we won 2-0, where we dominated possession as well as XG and on target, shot on target and shots as well, as you can see. And yeah, another thing I have to show you is that you can see, let's look at my fullbacks. You can see my fullbacks actually had an assist in this game, with my wingers actually having a good game as well. So another thing I would advise is that when you are selecting a fullback, you have to select a fullback that has good anticipation, positioning, yes, and off the ball rating. Because positioning actually stands for its defensive awareness, and off the ball is its attacking awareness. So he knows when to fall back and when to attack. Anticipation is when, as well, it works hand in hand as well. So you can see in the second game where we played a similar team, Ando, saying that should be Ando Den Ang. We won by 3-0. Our possession, we dominated. XG, we dominated. Shot on target, we dominated. Shots, we dominated. You can see my fullback on the right hand side actually had an assist and a goal to his name, with our winger as well having a nice game. I think when it comes to the winger, player traits as well works well, because I observed that this particular winger, Black, actually usually have a nice game than his other winger. Okay, so that's that. Then for Tottenham Hotspur, I think we dominated this one, not necessarily possession wise, but in XG wise, you can see. But I know it's a friendly, but as you can see, yeah. So that's that for this. Please, if you have any suggestion or anything that you know that we can work on, or you see any mistake in this tactical setup, please comment in the comment section. Then if you have any addition that you make to this tactical setup or philosophy, or if you think we can improve it, drop it in the comment section and we'll see from there. And thanks for sitting through this original content from me. And in our today's game, we don't know if it's going to work, but we know one thing we know for sure is that at least it will keep the fans happy and keep us in the job for as long as possible today. So thanks. Please like, subscribe. One love, peace.